Hey you guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel, and today is Foundation Friday, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying out, I might be a little late to the game, but when I mentioned this, a lot of you guys didn't know that Clarisonic makes a head for foundation application. So I've always wanted to try this. I've actually been giving it a little bit of a go the past couple of days, and I want to share my experience with you guys, and maybe it might be fun for something for you guys to use. I'll give you all my feedback and all my tips and tricks, and we'll get to it. So if you want to hear more about that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and let's do it. All right, you guys, so we're first going to, I'll scoot you in a second, but I'm just going to pull my hair back because I know that can be annoying to some of you guys because I have a tendency to play with my hair. So we're going to try this out. I look a little crazy because I have the rest of my makeup done, so my brows look really dark and all that. But we're going to try it out. What this says is that this head is obviously, you buy the head. It works on all Clarisonic machines, so not just this one. This one I have, this is the Smart Profile because it has like an anti-aging brush in it and all that good stuff. But it fits on all the heads. I believe I paid $35 for it. I'll put that in while I'm talking about that here. But it also is supposed to cut down on the time of application. It's also supposed to help you use less product. So, you know, in place of a sponge, basically, because sponges have a tendency to absorb foundation. But this also works on, obviously, foundation, all cream products. So cream blush, highlighters, contours, even concealer, which I have not tried yet. I have not tried blush. I have not tried contour or highlight. I've just tried foundation because I was a little leery about it. I am a little kind of freaked out about trying a concealer because it's so big around the eyes, but why not? Let's try it. All right, so I'm going to scoot you in. All right, so let's try, it says primers too. Color corrective primer. So I'm going to take my Ren Perfect Canvas, and I am going to, I'll put it on the brush, I guess, first. Just kind of tap it in. It says to use it on the lowest setting. So setting 1. All right, so I'm going to do that. And it says to go gently all over the face. Done. Okay, that seemed like it worked really well. I definitely felt like I used a lot less product because I still have product on my hand that I'm just going to kind of rub in. So that's kind of awesome. Using less product is always better. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in with foundation. I think I might... Okay, so I'm just going to use one pump of my Giorgio Armani Power Fabric foundation. I have tried this with a cream foundation, like a heavier cream foundation, and I didn't love it. I felt like it works best with more liquidy foundations. So we're just gonna pop this like this maybe on the face. And this is, I still have stuff left over on my hand. It's one pump. I usually use 2 or 3 pumps, most foundations with my sponge. Okay, I'm going to go in for a little bit more. All right, so you can see clearly that it has left some brush strokes on my face, and it did do this before. So what I did before was I just took my sponge and I just pushed it in. I did use less product, but... let's see, I still feel like I have to go in and push it in with a sponge. But you know what? It didn't take that long. It took very, very quick amount of time. And I did definitely use a lot less product. So you probably could, I still have stuff on my hand. So you probably could use a white sponge, you know, just one of those makeup sponges instead of buying a beauty blender to kind of push it into the skin. But once I have, it looks really pretty in the skin. What do you guys think? All right, so sorry about that. I had to switch cameras. The white balance was really distracting me, and I wanted you guys to really see this up close and personal, so we got a new camera going on here. All right, so I felt that it went on really nicely. I think it actually might be better when you use a more liquidy foundation. I used the Bobbi Brown foundation the first time, and I think it went on better with that. By the way, next week will be the Bobbi Brown foundation, and the following week will be the Dermablend foundation wear test that you guys wanted to see. So just wanted to throw that in there. But so this is what it looks like. What do you guys think? All right, so what we're gonna do is now we're gonna go in with our Maybelline. This is the Master Contour Stick. It has two sides. I'm gonna use them both. I am going to get my contour on, and I'm gonna put my highlight on. And we're kind of going for it today because we want to see how well this really works. This is exactly how the video is when you look at the website. It literally has just like this, and then they do it all together. I'm afraid that it might muddy it up, but we're gonna see. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. That went on really quickly and really beautifully. That definitely works really well. I don't think it muddied it up. I do think that it kind of went away more than I would like it to. So I'm just going to give a little bit of extra right here. I could use a darker color since now I know that it kind of, you know, really blends it. That's what I would do next time. But if you have a hard time blending out your contour and cream highlights, this might be amazing for you because it really does a nice job by itself. All right, so let's get crazy and let's do a concealer. I'm just going in with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Okay, I'm stopping with that one. That's a little scary around the eye area. It's too big and I feel like it's going to go in my eye. It was doing an okay job, but again, I just couldn't get close enough, I don't think, to see if it really worked, so I'm just going back to my Beauty Blender. We're gonna try a little bit of cream highlighter. I'm just gonna take my IT Cosmetics highlighter. I'm just gonna dip my brush in here, just like this. And let's see. I think it's really pretty. That did a nice job. I want to also talk about my pressure. My pressure is really light. I'm not pushing it into the skin. Like, you know how you normally would use a Clarisonic? You would give it a little bit, I'm talking about a little bit of love. This, I'm just caressing the skin, just caressing it. All right, so let's take my Nars Orgasm Blush Liquid, and I'm gonna pat it right here on my cheek and see what it does. Okay. So it does a nice job. I just would like a little bit more precision when I'm using a product like this. But you definitely use a lot less product. All right, what do you guys think? All right, you guys, so I just finished my makeup. I used just obviously powder on the face, powder bronzer, a little powder blush, just to set everything because when I use cream products like this, you have to set it. So what are my thoughts on this? I really like it. Do I think it does a better job than a sponge? For me, no. Do I think it does a good job? Yes. Do I think it might be really great for oilier skin types? Do I think it might be better for busier people, busier moms, just busy people in general? Do I think it's great because it uses less product? This brush is antimicrobial, so it's not gonna break you out. It's not going to, you know, harbor bacteria, which is fantastic, like all of your other brushes really will. I think it uses so much less product. So if you are someone that, you know, is going to invest in a really great foundation or, you know, a great, you know, contour, highlight, things of that nature, it's going to last you longer because nothing really gets absorbed into this brush. It's actually quite clean, which I really, really like. So overall, my opinion is it's a 2 thumbs up for me. I think it's awesome. Do I think I'm going to use it every single day? Probably if I was going to be using maybe something very liquidy like BB cream or, you know, something like the water blend from Makeup Forever or the One and Done from Urban Decay, things of that nature. I don't love it for under eye concealer, but it is a very cool innovation. I think it definitely has its place in the marketplace. And I definitely think that if you are a beauty connoisseur or somebody that wants to try something a little bit different, it's something that you definitely should consider and see if it works for you. Like you said, like I said, you know, the couple cons are that I still had to push my foundation in with a sponge. But again, I didn't lose any product. I definitely used way less, but you still have to push it in. But do I think it took less time to apply my foundation? Absolutely. So it's going to be up to you. The one thing I will kind of bring to your attention is that since it is a brush, just like any other, you know, brush for foundation, if you have dry skin that has flakes on it, it's definitely going to micro exfoliate you. So basically what that means is it's going to lift up all those patches of dry skin and it's going to show them a little bit more than versus using a sponge, which pushes them down, adds hydration, and lays them down. So that's something to definitely consider. But if you are oilier skin and you love using a brush or normal combination, and this might be something that you should look into. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Let me know if you guys find anything else kind of interesting that you might want me to try out as far as foundation application, because you know we're always trying to find that perfect application, that perfect foundation, all of that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time spending some time with you. Enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you guys soon. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, you guys.